Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Faris Firdaus bin Saharom. Number matrix CE210211. Today I am going to explain question 1. Okay, for the A question, y equal ax square plus bx. Okay, the first step is y prime equal to 2ax plus b. And then we get y double prime equal to 2a, and then we can simplify it 1 over 2 y double prime equal to a. Okay, the next step is b equal to y prime minus 2ax. Okay, and then b equal to y prime minus 2 in column 1 over 2 y double prime, and then time with x, and we get y prime minus x y double prime. Okay. After get the a and b, we put into the equation which is ax square plus bx. Kita gantikan a dengan b ni macam ni. And then we get the final answer x square y double prime minus 2xy prime plus 2y equal to 0. Okay. We go to B question. Y equal to x power of 3 over 2 plus c over x. And then the differentiate is dy over dx equal to 2x square minus y over x. Okay. From the differentiate, we can get P and Q. And then second, we do integrating factor. We get E log x minus x. And then do the formula. And we get the final answer is y equal x power of 3 over 2x plus c over x. Okay, for the last question is C. Got two methods. The first method is using method of separation variable, and the second one is power series method. Okay, for the C question, y prime plus x square y equal to 0. Okay, in method of separation variable, the final answer is y equal to CE minus x power of 3 over 3. Okay, for the power series method, the final answer is y equal to A0 E minus x square over 3. Okay, this is MATLAB calculation. From the manual calculation, we can conclude that the answer will be same. If we can, if you can see question 1C, the calculation in MATLAB is different with manual calculation, but the final answer is same. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello doctor, my name is Methaganeshpathy. My metric number is CEE200157. Okay, I'm doing about the question 2, which is question 2A. Determine the solution of y double prime minus y prime equals to e power of 2x minus x plus sine x using the method of undetermined coefficient. Okay, here's my manual calculation. Okay, for this we need to find our yc or yp. So I do as a yp. So first of all we need to do our fx equals to 0. So after doing 0 we can find our y3. So first equation is y1 equals to x a1 plus a2x. Then we substitute y2 equals to a3 equals to 2x. So our y3 is a4 cos x plus a5 sin x. And our y prime is y1 over x plus y2 y1 times by x plus y2 times by x plus y3 times by x. So we need to substitute this value into this equation. So after substitute we will get this equation. So for the y prime we get the first equation, and then the second order we have for the double prime we get this equation. So when 2 minus 1, equation 2 minus 1, after we calculate we got e2x minus x plus sine x. So while using the y3 as an initial equation, so we plus with the answer of the 2 minus 1, then we get this equation. So then we plug out for five equations. So this is the 5 equations, and then we can differentiate and determine as a simple value. So a1 equals to 1, a2 equals to 1 over 2, a3 equals to 1 over 2, a4 equals to 1 over 2, and a5 equals to negative 1 over 2. Then we substitute into our yc, and this is the answer we will get. So this is the answer we get. Then we need to add on the c1 plus c2 ex. So this is the answer we get. So the second question is asked for is a variation parameter that will produce the same solution as the question 2a. So by using the variation of parameter, first we need to determine our w by ex. After we do the parameter, then we need to integrate using this formula. So I integrate the ex this side of the equation. We need to choose our side, then I integrate. After integrating, I get this value as a e negative 2x sine x plus cos x minus 2c2 x minus 2 over 2. After that, simplifying, and we have this equation, and we use this formula vy1 plus vy2, and then we substitute the equation into this formula and we'll get this answer. So this answer need to plus by yc plus yp, which is c1 plus c2, and then we will get this answer. So this is the method of the variation parameter. Okay, for the simulation at the software, I use Maple. Okay, for the Maple, we just plug in the for the equation, but we need to we cannot plug in the direct question, so we need to differentiate the y2 prime. So that's why I have a double x here and y prime, so I have a single x here, and then plug in the exponent 2x minus x plus sin x. Then we will get this equation which is already derived, and we need to solve this equation. So we command as a dissolve ODE, and then this will appear, Actually, this answer also is this answer is not simplified. We can simplify into this answer by cancelling all the ln and integrate with e2 x over 2 x2 over 2, and then we will get this answer. Okay, that's it from it. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
A very good day to Dr. Shaliza binti Abdullah. I am Puvendran A, Prusothmen, matrix number CE210192 from group 13, and I'm going to present about question 3 for project 1 for ordinary differential equation subject. So this is my first question. So we should find the general solution for YC. So Y prime equals to AY plus G. So in matrix form, we have to do negative 10, 10, negative 20 over 3, 95 over 15, 98 over 15, sorry, y plus 5 over 5, 10 over 3. So in the lambda, it's equals to 0. So what happened is, negative 10 minus lambda in bracket 98 over 15 minus lambda, negative 10 in bracket minus in bracket negative 20 over 3 equals to 0. So negative 196 over 3 plus 10 lambda minus 98 over 15 lambda plus lambda power of 2 plus 200 over 3 equals to 0. So lambda power of 2 plus 53 over 15 lambda plus 4 over 3 equals to 0. So lambda 1, using the calculator, we can find that lambda 1 is 0.4406 and lambda 2 is negative 3.026. Okay, for lambda 2 is equals to 3.026. How to get it? It's because how do I get it? It's using matrix form. So negative 10 minus and minus will become positive 3.026, and negative 10 over 3, 10, 98 over 15 minus minus will become positive. So x and y equals to 0. So negative 6.974 x plus 10y equals to 2. This is the first one. And second one is negative 20 over 3 x plus 9.55 y equals to 0. So we must let x into s. So what happened is negative 6.974 s plus 10y equals to 0. So 10y, when we bring this negative 6.974 to there, it becomes positive. So it's become positive 6.974 s. So y equals to 6.974 over 10s. Y equals to 0.6974 s. For lambda 1, it's equals to negative 0.4406. So how does we do that? Also, is equals to following matrix formula. So negative 10 plus 0.44, negative 20 over 3, 10, 98 over 15 plus 0.44, xy equals to 0, 0. So the negative 9.56x plus 10y equals to 0. That's the first one. Negative 20 over 3x plus 6.973y equals to 0. That's the second one. So what we should do, let x into s again. So negative 9.56 plus 10y equals to 0. So 10y equals to negative 0.56s, because negative when it comes to here, it becomes positive. So y equals to 9.56 over 10s. So y equals to 0.956s. So the equivalent is x over y equals to 1 over 0.956s. So for this part, we should find whether it's linear independent or not. So what happened is, when we use this one, we will get 0.6974 minus 0.956, it equals to 0.259. So it is not equal to linear independent. It never equals to 0, so it's not linear independent. So YE is equal to C1 over 1 over 0.956 exponent 0.5906x plus C2 is equal to 1 over 0.6974 exponent negative 3.02x. That's for A. And moving on to B, determine the particular integral for the non-homogeneous system. Assume YC is G 5 over 10 over 3. So YP, we have to find that Y1, Y2. So is in matrix form also. Negative 10, negative 20 over 3, negative 10, 98 over 15, Y1, Y2 plus 5, 10 over 3 equals to 0. So what happened is 10 Y1 plus 10 Y2 equals to negative 5. That's the first one. Negative 20 over 3 Y1 plus 98 over 15 Y2 equals to negative 10 over 3. So Y1 equals to 1 over 2, Y2 equals to 0. YP equals to 1 over 2 over 0. That's for the yp lah. So that's for question B. So for question C, formulate the general solution for the non-homogeneous system. Y equals to y1 y2 equals to C1 0.956 exponent 0.4406x plus C2 1 negative 0.6974 exponent negative 3.02x plus 1020. So that's the formulated solution for the non-homogeneous system. So calculate the particular solution for y1x, y2x with y0 1 over negative 1. So this is the last question. C1 plus C2 equals to 1 over 2. 0.956 equals to C1, 0.956 C1 plus 0.6974 C2 equals to negative 1. So what happened is C1 equals to 1 over 2 minus C2. So 0.956 in bracket 1 over 2 minus C2 plus 0.6974 C2 equals to negative 1. So 0.978 minus 0.956 C2 plus 0.6974 C2 equals to negative 1. 0.2586 C2, when you bring this to there, it becomes negative. So negative 1 minus 0.478, negative 1 minus 0.478, then what we get is negative 0.2586 C2 equals to negative 1.478, C2 equals to negative 1.478 over negative 0.2586. So negative it becomes positive, so C2 equals to 5.715. So as you can see here, C1 equals to 1 over 2 minus 5.715, C1 equals to negative 5.45. That is the C1 answer. And finally, y equals to negative 5.45 over 5 negative 4.986 exponent 0.4406x plus 5.715 3.987 exponent negative 3026x plus 1 over 20. So that's all from me, and the next I will show in Maple software how did I do that. Thank you. So this is in Maple software. So at first I put restart. So question 3 equals to d o dx y1 x equals to negative 10 times y1 x plus 10 times y2 x plus 5 comma d o dx y2 x equals to negative 20 over 3 y1 x plus 98 over 15 y2 x plus 10 over 3. So this answer is correct. So with linear A equals to 10, negative 10, it's matrix form, negative 10, negative 20 over 3, 10, 98 over 5. This is also correct. So correct polynomial char poly. So this is the one, A and lambda. So this is the char poly. This is what I get, negative 10, 10, negative 20 over 3, 98 over 5 lambda. So eigenvalent A and eigenvalues. The supposedly answer should be negative 3.026 for eigenvalue A and negative 0.4406 for this. So this one I don't know what it is wrong. So the supposing value should be that. So with linear algebra, V1 equals to matrix bracket x1 over comma bracket y1, V2 equals to matrix bracket x2 and comma y bracket 2. So V1 equals to x over y, x1 over 1 and y1, V2 equals to x2 and y2. So A is equals to negative 10, negative 20 over 3, negative 10, 98 over 15. So for equation 1, A equals to eigenvalent over 1, identity matrix 2 times V1 matrix 2, 1, 0. Okay. So the answer I get is equation 1, negative 10 over negative 20 over 3, 10, 98 over 15. So times V1 equals to 0, 0, 0, 0. So y1 to solve, I write that solve equation 1, 1, y1. So the supposing answer should be bracket 66 plus square root of 94 over 75 x1. That is also equals to 0.565. That is to y1 actually, but here it doesn't have the value, so that's the answer. For x1 it's supposed to be 1. Okay. Moving on. For this, then I sub the values into this. As you all can see, x bracket 1 equals to 1 comma y1 equals to 62 plus square root of 94 over 75 comma v1 equals to matrix in bracket x 1 and comma y 1, close the bracket, and it's error, and I don't know why the error is there. The supposedly answer should be 162 over 75 plus the square root of 94 over 75. That is the answer that is supposed to be. And for equation 2, a minus eigenvalue a in bracket 2 identity matrix 2 v2 times v2 equals to matrix 2 1 0, and that's this is what I get for matrix 2 and matrix 2 root of identity matrix 2 and 1. So the supposing value should be for lambda 2 is 0.6974s. So you use calculator to get the answer lah. So for y2 is you have to solve the equation 2 1 y2. That's my formula that I write, and the root of that is equals to this, and x2 equals to 1. So for lambda 1, okay, for this one I sub x2 and equals to 1 equals to comma y2 equals to bracket negative 62 plus square root of 94 over 75, close the bracket, comma v in bracket 2 equals to matrix plus x bracket 2 comma y bracket 2, and you close the bracket, and I get unable to match the limiters. It's the error. So what should I get for this without the error is lambda 1 equals to negative 0.561 exponential negative 0.4406s, and for lambda 2 I should get 0.69745 exponential negative 3.02s. This is what I supposedly should get if it is not error. So but I get yc is equals to c1 v1 exponential, this is what I write, plus c2 v2 times exponential equivalent a in bracket 2 times x. So this is what I get. This is for lambda 1 and this is for lambda 2. Moving on to question 2 for B. So y prime, so I write g equals to 5 in matrix form 10 over 3. So this is the correct answer, the same thing. For y prime, I put in matrix form also u1 in u in bracket 1 and u in bracket 2, and y prime I get u1 and u2. That's the supposedly correct, it's the correct answer. So d or dx in bracket y p is equal to 0 0, it is also correct. So yeah, that is all for question B. So moving on to question C. Okay, equation 0. Equation 0, d or dx y prime is a times yp plus g is equation 0 equals to a times y prime yp plus 5 10 over 3. So this is the answer for that, for the equation 10 u1 plus 10 u2 equals to negative 5. So this is equation x1 equals to negative 20 over 3 u in bracket 1 plus 98 over 15 u bracket 2 is equals to negative 10 over 3. So what we get here is negative 20 over 3 plus u1 plus 98 over 15 u2 equals to negative 10 over 3. That is the correct answer. As you can see, I use solve equation x and equation 1 in bracket close bracket. So I get u1 equals to 1 over 2 and u2 equals to 0. Okay. Okay, for y prime, yp equals to 1 over 2 in matrix form 0. So yp is equals to the same answer. So y equals to y in bracket c plus y in bracket p. So it equals to y yc plus yp. Okay, that is for question C. But question C, I didn't get the full answer because I don't know why the error is popping out. So for C1, it's actually 0.956 exponential negative 0.4406x. And for C2, it is 0.6974 exponential negative 3.02x plus yp 1 over 2. So y1 is equals to, this is the C1, this is C2, and plus the yp is equals to 1 over 2 lah. So but I didn't get the formula here, it is only show like this, so I don't know why, what is the issue. That is all. Okay, for moving on to question, so the last question is D, question D. Okay, question D is in order to find y2 equals to bracket 62 over 75 plus square root of 94 over 75 C1 plus 62 over 75 negative 94 in square root over 75 plus in bracket C2 plus 1. So what I get is y2 equals to 62 over 75 plus 1 over 75 square root of 94 and close the bracket C1 plus 62 over 75 minus 1 over 75 in square root of 94 and close the bracket C2 plus 1. That is what I get. For equation 1, I put equals C in bracket 1 plus C in bracket 2 plus 1 over 2 equals to 1. So what I get is right answer. Equation 1 equals to C plus C1 plus C2 plus 1 over 2 equals to 1. For equation B, it equals to in bracket 62 over 75 plus square root of 94 over 75 close the bracket C in bracket 1 plus 62 over 75 minus in bracket square root of 94 over 75 close the bracket C close the bracket open the bracket 2 and you close the bracket, it equals to negative 1. This is also correct for equation B. The answer is 62 over 75 plus 1 over 75 square root of 94 close the bracket C1, that is for C1, plus 62 over 75 minus 1 over 75 in square root of 94 close the bracket C2, that is for C2, equals to negative 1. So how do I solve this? I write solve in bracket, close the in bracket equation A in comma equation B and close the bracket, and I put this thing here, and I get is what I get was C in bracket C1 equals to 1 over 4 minus 53 over 94 in square root of 94, that is for C1. For C2 I get 1 over 4 plus 53 over 94 square root of 94. So you can use the calculator, because for the next one when I sub what the answers I get here, so once I sub the answers for C1 and for C2, I couldn't get the answer. What I get was error, which is not valid for the first argument. I don't know why. I tried to find the error but I couldn't find the error. So I will just give you manually for my manual calculation. For lambda 1 I get negative 4.987 exponential negative 0.406x, and for lambda 2 by C2 I get 3.987 exponential this is what I get. And for C1 the value is negative 5.215. For C2 the value is 5.715. You have to use the calculator to get the answer lah. So I'm so sorry that I have 3 errors in my Maple software. I will try to learn the software in the future more detail. Thank you so much for your time. That's all from me. Bye. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Fuadi Danial and I will show you the calculation for the questions 4. For the questions 4 we have 2 questions. Questions A and then questions B. For the questions A, given a differential equations y double prime minus 8y prime plus 3y equals to ft, where the ft is a periodic function as shown in figure question 4a. This figure for the questions 4a, periodic function of ft. Number 1 for 4a1, find the piecewise function of ft, and for the second one is find the Laplace transform ys of the differential equation with initial values when t equals to 0, y equals to 1 and y prime equals to negative 2. Okay, for the questions for A1 here we need to follow, or we can view from the figure questions for a periodic function of ft. Okay, this is my manual calculations. Questions for a, y double prime minus 8y prime plus 3y equals to ft. Function of ft, we need to find for the function of ft. Okay, as we know from this, from 0 to t to 1, ft equals to t, and t bigger than 1, t to 1, we can look at the figure t to 1 and t2, okay, here for the t2, and then we got the ft equals to 1, and ft for the upper we take t, and for the lower we take 1. T equals to 0 to t and t to 1, and for next for the 1 we can see that 1 to t and t to 2, like this, okay. And then we got the final answer is f equals to t plus 2. And for the next one is for number 2, we need to find the Laplace transform ys. T equals to 0, y equals to 1, and y prime equals to negative 2. So this is my manual calculations, as you guys can see, and this is my final answer, and I will show you guys for the calculation from the MATLAB. Next, I will show the calculation from the MATLAB for questions 4A2. And first, we got here for the coding, we use SYMS system TS, and then for the x equal to so basically this is the equations, and next f function Laplace to the equation x, and then for the simplify f, then we run, and then we get the answer. Okay, for the next equations is B. A series RL circuit is shown in figure questions 4b, where R equals to 10 ohms and L equals to 2 Henry. The source of the circuit is given as Vt equals to 2 exponent negative t, t minus 1, Henry t minus 1. By applying Kirchhoff law, show that the circuit can be represented by the following equations: dit over dt plus 5it equals to exponent negative t, t minus 1, Henry t minus 1. And for the second equations for the B, which is determine the current IT for the circuit using Laplace transform with initial conditions I0 equals to 0. As we can see, here is the series RL circuit for the figure questions 4b. Okay, for the questions 4b, number 1, this is the circuit. Okay, for the calculation, manual calculations, I use Kirchhoff voltage law, and so this is my calculations: negative Vt plus ITR plus LdIt over dt equals to 0, LdIt over dt plus ITR equals to Vt, and then I put the values: 2 dit over dt plus 10 it equals to 2 exponent negative t, t minus 1, Henry t minus 1. And then after I simplify, I got the final answer: dit over dt plus 5it equals to exponent negative t, t minus 1, Henry t minus 1. And for my answer, I can show that I represented my answer to the circuit like this. And for the second questions, okay, by using Laplace transform, okay, I use this formula to get the calculations of these calculations, and we can see at the bottom, this is my final answer. And for the calculation at the MATLAB, I'm really sorry because I didn't get my calculations and my answer from the MATLAB. And that's all from me from the questions 4. Thank you so much.